What do you think of when I say the words family coaster? Most people think of a pretty toned down ride that is a good starting attraction for younger kids. Something that will thrill the kids, but maybe not the adults. Well, let me tell you, Gravity Group has figured this out because their family wooden roller coaster model is the perfect family attraction. Not only are they great starter rides for kids, but literally anyone could ride this and enjoy it. And Wooden Warrior at Quassy is a perfect example of this. This ride opened in 2011 and is a whopping 32 feet tall. Max speed, 35 miles per hour. No inversions, the angle of the drop is less than 50 degrees, and just over 1,000 feet of track. But Wooden Warrior can prove that you do not need impressive stats to have a very enjoyable ride. And Wooden Warrior has a very simple layout. It's kind of shaped like a T with the station kind of in that crossroads. You have the lift hill that goes out, you turn around through the drop, turn to the left, go through a more traditional out and back layout, but then you turn again to the left when you're heading out and loop back around to meet back up with the station. By no means is a long ride, but what it does do is pack in some great airtime hills. There are 9 of them to be exact. And I think what really makes this ride work so well is the profiling. The parabolic shape of these hills is so perfectly executed that you'll come up out of your seat every single time, giving you that airtime sensation. Not so extreme that it's violent like on an RMC or something, but it's very comfortable. And for those of you thrill seekers, what's great about these gravity groups is that with their Timberliner trains, these lap bars lock in place, so they're not going to come down on you further during the ride. So you can probably see where I'm going with this. If you're in the back of that train, there's a lot of potential for some really great airtime. It also makes the ride very re-rideable. When we were there, it didn't have too long of a line, so you could just sit on that thing and ride it for as long as you want to. If you've had the opportunity to do rides like Oscar's Wacky Taxi, Rorosaurus, or Kentucky Flyer, this is the exact same type of ride. Is it the best out of all of them? I would say no. I think that some of those others perform just a little bit better, maybe a little bit longer of a ride, but they're also newer. This is almost the ride that kind of kick-started the rest. I know when Ed Hart was talking about getting Kentucky Flyer, Wooden Warrior was the ride that he specifically cited for, hey, we should put this in Kentucky Kingdom, this sort of ride. So in that regard, this ride caught a lot of people's attention, including enthusiasts. I don't think too many people would have driven several hours out of the way to go there before this attraction came along. But let me tell you, this is absolutely worth your time, especially if you're in that New England region and you're planning on visiting a place like Lake Compounce, when this is not that far away and you could easily do both in the same day if you really wanted to. So when I say don't judge a book by its cover, this is the sort of attraction that I'm talking about. Wooden Warrior is very fun. It's got a fairly low height requirement, so you can visit with the whole family, stick them all on this, and they'll have a good time. It'll be a stepping stone for kids to introduce them to larger attractions, and adults will be pleasantly surprised with how much this ride packs in. Those airtime hills will toss you, and it's even got a tunnel to add for some extra thrill. Honestly, my only complaint is I wish the ride were a little longer. It is over fairly quick, I'll say that. But you can understand when a small park has a budget, they might only have so much land or money to work with. And so this is the perfect attraction for a place like Quassy, and I can think of several other smaller amusement parks that a ride like this would be fabulous at. So for Wooden Warrior's final score, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Would like 200 extra feet of track be nice? Yeah, absolutely. But for what Gravity Group did here, I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what do you think of Wooden Warrior at Quassy Amusement Park in Connecticut. Let me know all that down in the comments below, and of course stay tuned for more reviews here at Coaster Studios, and I'll see you next time.